Call the meeting to order, and we'll have the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call of members, please.
Trustee Trombley.
Here.
Trustee Malinsky.
Here.
Trustee Connor.
Here.
Mayor McFetrich.
Here. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. Any corrections? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? One abstention. That motion carries. Presentation of petitions, communications, and general question period for members of the community. I think we have one member of the community. Do you want to just introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Brandy. I live over on Church Street, and I'm a Clinton Community College student who is in the state and local government course with Tom Mandeville, so it's mandated that I come to a couple of meetings and get familiar with how the process works, and I write a report and gets turned into him. Thank you.
Thanks for attending. All right, so I'm going to move our speakers up out of new business so they can be out of here more quickly than if they wait for the entire meeting. Colleen, do you want to go first?
Sure. Is it okay if I stand up, or how would you like me to? Is it okay if I sit?
I think standing would be fine.
Sure.
It's nice to have you on camera.
Yeah, of course.
So if you could just move forward a little bit.
Okay.
Right
Yeah, so
She's good there on camera.
is that good?
Yeah, because Joel's, I can see Joel in it.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
That way the public can get this information because that's a big part of this. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yep. And this is after all public service announcement. Hi everyone. My name is Colleen Jackson. I am the Community Outreach Coordinator for the Cancer Services Program of Northeastern New York. We also call this program CSP for short. Our mission at CSP is to identify individuals who are uninsured or underinsured and provide them with free breast, cervical, and colorectal screenings. The Cancer Services Program of Northeastern New York is funded by a New York State grant and is contracted through CVPH, specifically the Fitzpatrick Cancer Center. We serve 3 counties, which include Essex, Clinton, and Franklin, with a particular focus on the rural areas of this community, of these communities, I should say. February is Cancer Prevention Month, for those who may not know. Both cervical and colon cancers are preventable. Regular pap smears can detect cellular changes early, allowing for intervention before they develop into cancer. Certain groups are more affected by cervical cancer than others. For instance, Black women in New York State are more likely than white women to be diagnosed with cervical cancer and to die from the disease. Additionally, women in rural areas are less likely to be screened than those in urban areas, putting them at a higher risk for cervical diagnosis. As previously mentioned, colon cancer is also preventable. CSP provides FIT kits, which we also know as fecal immunochemical tests that detect blood in the stool. Patients can use these kits in the privacy of their homes, perform the test, and mail it back to the lab. Our CSP case manager then follows up with the patients to provide their results. Based on the results, an appropriate course of action is then determined, ensuring that no one is left behind. We have a program called MCTP, which is known as the Medicaid Cancer Treatment Program, which then can also cover bills associated with abnormal tests and diagnoses. According to the American Cancer Society, the number of people diagnosed with colorectal cancer across the country has increased as much as 2% annually since the mid-1990s among those younger than 55. They also project that colorectal cancer will be the leading cause of cancer-related deaths among 20 to 49-year-olds by 2030. That's only 6 years away. Thankfully, we can take action against these diseases. Finding individuals in the community who need our services is of utmost importance, and spreading the word about the Cancer Services Program of Northeastern New York is essential to reaching those in need. Keeping the North Country healthy is crucial. Everyone deserves equal opportunity to stay protected against cancer. Thank you for your time, and again, my name is Colleen Jackson.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, thank you, Colleen. And so if someone hears this and they want to reach you,
Yes, we have, I'll send that up. Our flyer here, I have handed out, our contact information is on there. The phone number to reach us is 518-324-7671. I just want to confirm that that is correct.
It is
Because I'm a little
correct, yes.
nervous up here.
oh no,
That's correct.
you've got it.
Okay, great. So again, that's 518-324-7671. We also have a Facebook page, Cancer Services Program of Northeastern New York, that we keep updated with events that we'll be at, our outreach programs and whatnot. And again, my name is Colleen Jackson. I do the community outreach, and I am the one who goes out into the community to set up these events. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Colleen.
Janet, can we share this on our Facebook page?
Yes, yes, we will share
We could
this on our
also put
Facebook
it up on
page.
our board.
Yep.
Does anyone on the board have any questions for Colleen? Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Cody Douglas.
Just gonna pass. I'm taking one and I'm passing that around. Alright, my name is, I should be good here.
You're
right?
good,
Okay.
yeah.
My name is Cody Douglas. I'm from the Clinton County Health Department. I am a public health educator working in our health planning and promotion division. I'm here on behalf of a grant that we hold there. We've coined it the Eat Smart Waste Less grant. The technical name through the New York State Department of Energy, Environmental Conservation is the Municipal Food Scrap Recycling Initiative. I want to thank you, Janet, for allowing me some time today to present this opportunity that we have at the Clinton County Health Department. So I just want to give an overview of the problem that we're looking to tackle with this grant. So in the US, we waste the most amount of food compared to any other country in the world. A staggering 92 billion pounds of food every year is thrown away in the US. And that's about 38, almost 40% of all food that we have in the country. And that's every year. And right here in Clinton County, we just got some information from Casella. Nearly 20 million pounds of food scraps were thrown out into the landfill in 2021. And to put that into perspective as to how much food, how much money we're wasting, the average family of 4 in the U.S. Wastes about $1,600 each year. So that's just money that our residents are losing in food scraps that are better put elsewhere. As well, in Clinton County, almost 1 in 5 people struggle to regularly access healthy food, and about 1 in 3 have indicated that they are worried about running out of food before they have money to buy more, or that they have ran out of food before they could afford to purchase more food. But it's not just about hunger, it's also about the environment. So wasted food means wasted resources, wasted land, energy production that goes into making that food. When food does enter the landfill and it decomposes, it releases methane gas, which is a known gas that warms our climate. 43% of all food waste in the US occurs in our own homes, so there's something that we can do here. A local survey revealed that 92% of participants were interested in reducing food waste and that it was important to them. So there's interest in our community, and we have this grant where we can help them achieve that. So that's why I'm here today. So by reducing food waste and diverting it from our landfills, we can tackle climate change, improve soil quality, extend the life of our landfills, and reduce food insecurity. So I'm here to ask you, we have a number of other board meetings that we're presenting at, so it's really exciting. But we're asking you to partner with the Clinton County Health Department to expand the reach of our educational messaging to get this information out to our residents about the importance of reducing food waste at home. On our Facebook page and our social media pages, we're going to share tips and resources. We have some posters and educational sessions that we're willing to hold. We also have some different campaigns that we're going to be running to increase everyone's knowledge about this issue. We also want to promote the importance of donating to all of the JCEO outreach centers in our community. We know there's one right here, which is awesome. And we want to make sure that everyone's aware of these resources in their community. So we've come up with a couple of ways that your village could help out with this endeavor. So we have a couple of food scrap haulers in our community. So we have one in Redford, they're River Valley Regeneratives, and then Casella also recently just started collecting food scraps this past fall. And there's an out-of-state business as well that does some hauling for our grocery stores. I'm waiting to get some more information as to if they are hitting these specific locations, but it sounds like they are collecting from Price Chopper and our grocery stores in Plattsburgh, which is great. So we have River Valley Regeneratives out of Redford, and then we have Casella, which is relatively new. But with this, they do charge some fees for hauling those food scraps, but we have the funding to pay for those hauling costs for up to 12 months. And we also have some ideas of ways to kind of supplement those hauling costs down the road. With that, we have the funding as well to purchase any buckets to allow for your residents to collect their food scraps at home. That way they're not just using an old Tupperware container or something. We can give them a nice bucket to put it in, nice clean seal on it so it's free from any rodents. I use one at home, I haven't had any issues, and I keep it right out on my porch. So it's really, it's a great product that we are able to give out to any residents that are interested, and we can have those purchased for you. You can give them out as residents are interested. Your village could also provide a food scrap collection bin at any public events that occur. So we can provide you with like a toter that could be brought around for those public events. We could do some additional buckets that could be given to any residents that are interested, that see it at an event. Another idea that we've had is to place and maintain food scrap collection bins in any municipal offices. So that way it's encouraging your staff to also be using those bins rather than preaching to the choir, but then not doing it yourself. We also have an idea to provide educational materials to any employees. That way they can reduce the food waste at home, or at work, but then also take those behaviors home. We have some videos that we put together on YouTube that kind of go over how to reduce at home, how to reduce at work, in different ways to reduce food waste overall. And then finally, we believe that adopting a municipal level policy that kind of addresses food waste reduction in your community shows your dedication to a more sustainable, equitable, and prosperous community in your ways that you seek to reduce food waste. And if you're interested, I do have some information on hauling costs. I know that every supervisor that I met with, that's been one of their concerns is what is it expected out of us. So with River Valley Regeneratives, they offer a 32 or 50 gallon size toter. So it's basically, a toter is just the name they use for the garbage cans for outdoors. For their pickup, they offer a pay per pickup. They're a smaller business, so they're able to work with you to set up a schedule that works for you. It's not like a weekly basis, it's as needed basis more so. As they grow, that may change, but as of right now, that's how they operate. And they charge $15 per bin per pickup, or if they have more than one bin for you, they charge $12 for every bin. They do offer a 2-week free trial as well to kind of see what size bin is needed, how frequently your pickups might need to be. So if everyone in the community is using it, they might need to come a little more frequently. But if, say, 10 or 20 are using it and it's not getting filled up too fast, then maybe they can do every 2 weeks or so. They've been collecting from the town of Chesterfield. They set up a couple of bins there. They've been collecting since September of this past year. And they collected over 2,400 pounds of food scraps in just a few months. And they have 2 bins there, so they charge $50 a month. So they pick up bi-weekly, so $50. Right now, a resident in the community has been picking up that fee because they're interested in it, so they were willing to pay for it so the town didn't have to. So it gives them some time to kind of figure out what they are interested in doing there. And then Casella, they offer a 48 gallon toter. They are a weekly pickup schedule, and their bins are around $70 plus taxes and fees, but theirs is on a more routine basis. They use a compostable bag that all the food scraps go into, whereas River Valley, they do a fresh bin swap every time. So Denali, still waiting to hear from them, but they're the out-of-state company. We're trying to figure out pricing for the communities that they will be able to work with. But I'm open to any questions that you may have, but thank you.
Well, I have a question, so I'm looking at all of this going, oh my God, I think of how much my husband and I throw in the garbage.
Yeah,
Well, just, from food prep and stuff.
exactly, yeah.
And rotisserie chickens, taking them apart. But I found this interesting, so I'm looking, you've got a roll of white paper towel,
That's what I was looking at.
but then
too.
you've got unbleached napkins, so why white paper towels but not white napkins?
So it depends on the facility and how they're processing it. So with River
Okay.
Valley, they can only take unbleached material, so that would be like the brown napkins, brown paper towels. Casella, they
Brown.
can take the bleached.
They can, okay.
Yep.
So with the first company,
Yep.
it would also be the unbleached coffee filters?
Coffee filters, yep.
Okay, alright, I was just curious, cause I was like,
Yeah, that I
Okay.
think that the visual really, because when I first heard like unbleached, I didn't know that the paper towels that I use are bleached. I just thought they were white. So I think the visual really does help
Yes.
people understand what's allowable and what's not.
okay. I think it's a great program. I think it's a great program.
Other questions or?
I toss a lot out in the garden.
I know, my sister composts, so she's,
No, I think it's a great idea. Serious.
So there would be the cost for
Yep.
the hauler.
And Janet and I did discuss some ideas of how we could kind of help you come up with an idea to supplement that fee. So I spoke with Jen Perry, she's the owner of River Valley. Her and her partner John run it. They've been doing it for about 3.5 years, and she can retroactively kind of lock those bins, so she can install a padlock so it's not being contaminated by trash or anything. The
Yeah.
people that are interested in using it have the combination. And one way that you could supplement that hauling cost is to charge people to have that combination. Every 6 months or so, change the combination. That way it's more of a subscription service, that the people that are interested are putting the money towards that. That there's also the cost savings that go into reducing the amount of food that's going into the trash, because that's less trash that you have to then pay to be hauled off to the landfill or to bring yourself. So there's the subscription service that's a possibility. We can also purchase those buckets for you that you could then charge $3 or $5 or just a few dollars here and there for somebody to kind of have access to that. So
well, I know we stayed at, a venue where my niece got married in Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
And in our space that we had, there was a silver bucket, and that's what it was for.
yep, it's a statewide law now
In
over in Vermont.
yes.
Yeah. Is there, would there be a minimum number of people who participate? I mean,
No, I don't think that there's really a necessary like minimum. Jen, with that, if she were to be hauling that 2-week period, she would kind of assess if it's really not being used by the community. Then she would probably say it's not really being taken up well here, so it might not be worth the fee. But we're more than willing to field a community survey, kind of get the input from your residents. I've already drafted up some social media posts to try to get some input from your community, whether they're interested in it, if they've thought about the cost savings associated with reducing the amount of food they waste, where they might want to see some bins located in their community. So we're willing to do the legwork for you.
what do you think?
I
Go
think
for
it's
it?
worth
I mean,
pursuing.
I'm very, yeah, I'm very much for this.
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea.
All right, well, I guess we wanna proceed.
Okay, awesome. Alright, I can email you with next steps and
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
awesome, sounds
Alright.
great.
thank you so much.
Thanks, Cody. And if you, Colleen and Cody want to leave, I mean, you certainly can.
Okay, awesome. I've had a long day. We just had union contract negotiations, so.
Well, this
It's
was
been a long
probably
day.
fun then.
Yes. Very much. Thank you so
All
much.
right, thank you, yeah, thank you so much.
I am meeting with the town of Champlain tomorrow as well, so there might be some opportunity there for some collaboration.
Yeah,
locations, so.
I'm sure we'll try to work together on this. I know
Yeah.
Tom and I talked briefly about it and,
Awesome. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Right.
thank you.
Okay, back to the agenda. Report from the code enforcement officer, I do not have that. Here's my report. Welcome to the February Village of Champlain Board of Trustees meeting. We've had a cold and sometimes snowy past month, and I would like to thank the DPW crew for their hard work keeping the streets and sidewalks passable. Once again, I remind you to remove your garbage cans from the sidewalks after collection, and cars should not be parked on the streets between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. to allow the plows to remove the snow as much as possible. You may be wondering why the Christmas decorations have not been removed from the power poles. Our bucket truck is nearly repaired, I was told today. Just nod, Mike.
Yep.
Yep, okay. And so once that is fixed, the decorations will come down. The New York State Farmers Market application is being submitted soon. We have had a market for about 10 years now, always on Saturday mornings, and we are very happy to support local farmers and craft artisans. If any of you would like to sell at this market, stop by the village office to pick up and fill out a form, and there is no charge to participate in our market. Please remember to support our local businesses. Mahoney's Hideaway, which is located in the back of the Legion on Elm Street, offers delicious food. What's in Store downtown on Main Street has a wonderful selection of new clothing and gift items, and Vinyl Destination offers records and other music-related merchandise. In addition, we are fortunate to have all the stores and services in the shopping plaza, as well as local gas stations, restaurants, hair salons, car dealerships, and repair shops. It is always easy to order something online for quick delivery and perhaps save a few dollars, but remember that these are your friends and neighbors who are trying to make a living in your own community, and they deserve your support. I wish you a safe rest of the winter. Please contact me whenever you have questions or suggestions regarding the village. My door is always open. Thank you very much. Reports from the trustees. Chuck?
Past month, we've had a couple successful planning and zoning board meetings. We have potentially 3 new businesses coming into town for the village, which is really good for the village, not only tax-wise, but for a place for people to be working. One place in particular could be employing a large portion of the community, and I think that's a great thing for us. It's really nice to see those things happening. And again, thanks to Mike and his crew for their work. And I guess that's about it for now.
All right, thank you. Nikki?
I don't have a whole lot. We are still looking for, actually, we are looking for 2 additional trustees for the library now. We had one retire, resign recently, so we do have 2 seats available. It's volunteer, obviously, so there's no pay. We meet 5 times a year, so it's not very, it doesn't take a lot of time. We just need someone to help oversee the business of the library and adopt policies and make votes if needed on purchases and so on. And I encourage everyone to get involved somehow into a volunteer role because it helps your community. And we'd like to continue with the library. It's been there for a long time. So it'd be nice to have a few people join us. And I just want to say thank you to all those who welcomed Janet and I and Kim into their homes over the last few weeks. It was nice to meet a few new faces and catch up with a few others, so thank you. That's all I have.
Thanks. Kim?
So I just wanted to say, you know, being out on the roads every single day and early in the morning, the roads have been great, Mike, thanks to you and your crew. Another thing I wanted to say was I was at an event recently, I can't remember where I was, but somebody was talking about the village, and they were so complimentary on, the job done on the new sidewalks.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that they were, people are noticing all the stuff that's being done in the village, so. Water board is plugging away, it's getting to be that time to start thinking about the, tax roll and, starting the, once I start with that, starting with the report, so hopefully by June, July, I would like to roll that out early again this year like we did last year and have it approved maybe by August, September, like we did last year,
Thank you for the work on that,
so,
and to your team.
yeah, they're a good team.
I wanna go back and add to my report, specifically to thank Juanita for all of the budget work that she's been doing, and many other things. And Mary for the planning and the zoning boards, tons and tons of work, new situations, lots of time, and, you know, you two are just absolutely fabulous, and that's sincerely from my heart, so thank you both for all of that. Okay, report from the clerk treasurer.
Everyone has their expense and revenue reports for January. That's at 8 months, it's pretty,
Yeah,
our lighting is, that seems to be the,
yeah. I mean, it goes along with, I think I can say this to the public, it goes along with what everyone else is saying about their
Mhm.
electricity bills.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out of sight.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, the village is seeing the same thing.
Our lighting district has increased, but not as much as the sewer plant.
Yeah.
The water plant's increased too.
Sewer should go up even more come spring, and put the UV back online.
I know.
The only one that's gonna go down for us is gonna be the Main Street lift station, cause we redid that station.
Yeah.
I think that'd
we-
be a third of what
yeah.
it was.
Mary and I were also talking, I think Janet too, is, remember a few years ago, we did an assessment of our lighting. We might have to, maybe a wise idea to try that again and see what happens. Especially with the big increases.
I don't think it's lighting, I think it's just,
I know, but,
Yeah, there's a price increase.
yeah, the
Yeah, I
prices.
think it is the price increase, but
Per kilowatt.
maybe they could find some areas where there's some waste, I don't know.
I think that the delivery charges have
Yeah. But the
That's
lift
really
stations,
increased.
those are operating more efficiently.
you're gonna see the Main Street one, cause that one you'll get delivered 2 months. Then you're gonna see that one cut probably in half.
And that's part of the sewer budget,
Yes,
so that, maybe we'll see a
That might
little
help, yeah.
bit of an improvement.
Are there any programs that the village can get involved with? I know residentially, if you get hooked up with a solar company, there's a discount on your bill.
we have
Juanita has
we have consolidated, which we're charged 6 cents per kilowatt.
Okay, so is it,
So it's not, I mean, if there's an increase in kilowatts, but
right,
I feel that some of the increases, the delivery charges.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I wonder if it would be worth, I know we're in budget season right now, but at some point looking at, maybe other companies to see if they're lower, cause I know I'm gonna be doing that in my home, because I see ours of,
Well,
Are not as good as they used to be.
we get calls here
often.
often from different suppliers, and, what I say to them is, you give me your cost, they'll ask you what you're paying.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll say, no, if you give me your costs, and I will let you know if it's lower than what we're paying.
Mhm.
And nobody has been able to be lower than what we've had.
Okay.
We've been with Consolidated for a while
Yeah,
now.
quite a while.
Yeah.
So Ross's point at their village meeting, cause I had to attend that one, they, had to write up a document saying that they were not for the increase in payment, and they were told to do that by, I don't even remember, I know it's within the minutes, you can look at the video,
But they don't have NICEAG.
They
They have separate
No,
powers.
they have their own
They
power.
They have their own
It's
power.
NICEAG.
No.
No, they have their own power.
authority.
Comes out of, yeah.
They have much cheaper
Unfortunately.
electricity than
Oh.
we do in Champlain,
Oh,
Kinda
unfortunately.
like, kinda like the
cheaper.
city, it's kinda like the city of Plattsburgh.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I wasn't sure because they didn't say what the company was. They just said
Yeah.
like they were trying to increase the amount that village was paying, and that
Yeah,
you know
that's-
they had
yeah,
to
they have their
protest
own,
it or
Mm-hmm.
vote against it. So
Yeah,
I wasn't
their
sure.
system's a little different than
Mm.
ours.
Yeah, they have very reasonable rates.
Right.
Before we go on to the warrant, did we wanna talk about the budget, or did we wanna wait?
Well, let's do the warrant and then talk about the budget.
We can.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so we have, some transfers to do
Okay,
for the warrant.
sure.
To A 1910.4 unallocated insurance, $57, from A 9060.8 hospital and medical transfer, insurance, $57. To A 1490.4 public works administration, $500. From A 5110.4 street maintenance contractual, $500. To A 5110.2 street maintenance equipment, $2,000. From A 5110.4 street maintenance contractual, $2,000. And to F 8310.4 water administration contractual, $200. From F 8340.2 transmission and distribution equipment, $2,000.
Is there a motion to approve these transfers?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Any questions, discussion? Roll call?
Trustee Trombley,
Aye.
trustee Malinsky,
Aye.
trustee Connor,
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye.
Do we wanna do the warrant first and
Yeah,
then do
let's
the
do,
water?
yeah, let's do the warrant.
Okay, on the warrant, we have additional invoices. The additional invoices are $4,832.19 for a total warrant of $35,585.19.
We have a motion to approve the warrant
So moved.
and a second. Second. Any questions, discussion? No questions? Roll call, please.
Trustee Trombley,
Aye.
trustee Malinsky,
Aye.
trustee Connor,
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye.
We have two invoices from the water we have one invoice for the water line replacement project to Barton and Lejudas, $3,241, and one for the wastewater treatment plant project for Barton and Lejudas for $240.
May I have a motion to approve these two
So moved.
and a second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions?
Are we winding down on the wastewater project?
It's getting less and less.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, that's what I was
We're not
hoping.
done. We're not- Yeah, we're not done, but we're getting there.
Okay.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Trombley,
Aye.
trustee Malinsky,
Aye.
trustee Connor,
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye. All right, just a little maybe explanation of the budget.
Okay, so I've been all through the budget. And, I went through and did all my normal stuff, paid wages, insurance, all that. And then we sat down, Chuck, Janet, Mary and I last week, and went through the rest of the budget to try to come up with some kind of bottom line. So at this point, all three funds are in the deficit. Over the past few years, we've used fund balance to balance. General is like 50, water's like 50, which we can balance those with fund balance. The problem is with sewer, is like we're in the deficit double that because we have to add the sewer payment. We have to come up with like $50,000 for our sewer payment. Which is gonna be due in July. So, last year it was 34,000, we ended up using money out of our reserves, we can't really do that this year, there's not enough to, and the payment actually goes on what we spent so far, so hopefully it's gonna wind down soon.
Yeah. Alright,
So, basically it's $50,000 and, there's not much funds we can, we have no funds other than to, has to do with service fees or the rates.
so I
Cause that's
just,
the main,
mm,
they have to be self-sustaining, yeah, unfortunately.
so I just wanted the board to be aware of that at this point. When we get to the end of the meeting, we can schedule our budget workshop. We can look at things more carefully, but just want everyone to be aware that the sewer is going to be a challenge.
Would it be possible to get those ahead of time of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
meeting?
Yeah,
So the main thing was our electricity, which went from 25,000 to 35,000.
Yeah,
so 10,000 more,
Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
yeah.
with the new plant.
Mhm.
Yeah,
imagine if
it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, we can,
That way
Get
they
those,
have time to.
yeah, we'll have to give them the one with the breakdown of each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I started doing that.
Yeah.
today.
we'll get those
Perfect,
to you.
thanks.
All
Anyway.
right, anything else, Juanita?
Nope, I think that's enough.
Yeah.
We still got equipment that's not up and running right now.
What's that?
We still have equipment that's not up and running, but
Right,
the drip pump, we're still waiting. It's not done, and then the UV will be going back in obviously in spring,
Mm-hmm.
which is electricity.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Wow.
So
But we did put it in last spring,
yeah.
so it did go the whole year.
I looked at the numbers, it wasn't a huge increase,
No, I thought I'd
but-
see a spike, and it's just, everything has gone together, I don't know. I couldn't see a definite,
No, I didn't either. It's not really the usage as much as it just is the cost.
yeah.
All right, report from the superintendent. What you been up to?
Not too much. Weather's kept us, pretty busy. Snow and ice. We did get the hydrants, most all the hydrants cleared today, this time. We used quite a bit of salt and sand, we mixed everything we had, we're waiting, I ordered it last week, we're still waiting for a little load of salt to come in. As soon as it gets here, we'll have to mix, fill our shed back up. We had one water main break on Church Street, we dug that and, repaired it. That's been fixed. I had one sewer issue, somebody had a sewer line wasn't going down and they ended up, they got somebody out here, it was a plug in their personal line and they ended up getting somebody out and was able to camera it and jet it out or power snake it out and that's taken care of. We've had a little bit of time in between, did some, service on some small equipment. All three of our water pumps, a plate tamper, generator, compact, air pressure washer, all that stuff was, we got it serviced, so that way it'll be good to go come springtime when things get busy. Did some other service, pickup service, backhoe, installed an LED light on the backhoe we had purchased a little while back. We repaired the loader, that roof cover that was broke, that came in, that's been taken care of. Cutting edge on a Peterbilt on the wing, we had to change that, that was wore, it was time to replace it before it started wearing into the wing. Hot water pressure washer with a flow switch and that we took care of. A 1-ton truck, door handle cable, just odds and ends stuff, but we got all that stuff taken care of and that's pretty much what this last month's been is fixing stuff that was broken and maintaining trying to keep the sidewalks and roads, open, travelable. Other than that, you had mentioned we're gonna see, I'm hoping by next week, maybe can take our Christmas decorations down, so. Waiting for a part I gotta get in Plattsburgh. Other than that, the bucket truck is running, but we got a spring shackle that's broke, or a U-bolt rather, on the springs, and I gotta get it on there. But the, generator's been fixed, we got 4 new tires in the back, we had 2 flat ones, just rotted, weather checked. But other than that, it's been pretty quiet.
All right, thanks, Mike.
So
Thanks to all the guys for their hard work.
Yeah.
Correspondence?
Wastewater credit request from Sherry Linger at 11260 Route 9.
Okay, we'll deal with that under new business. The 2025 election notice, that's just a notice. So, it's official.
That will be noticed in the paper and have the village as well.
Yeah.
That's the official notice that will in the newspaper.
Tax cap override, so this is local law number 1 of 2025. Before I read it, just so the public understands a little bit about this, a tax cap override needs to be passed to allow a municipality to override the tax cap for the upcoming fiscal year if necessary. This requires that we enact a local law and approve it with a 60% vote of the board. So I'm going to read it and then we'll motion in second. A local law authorizing a property tax levy in excess of the limit established in General Municipal Law 3-C. Section 1, legislative intent. It is the intent of this local law to allow the Village of Champlain to adopt a budget for the fiscal year commencing June 1st, 2025 that requires a real property tax levy in excess of the tax levy limit as defined by General Municipal Law 3-C. Section 2, authority. This local law is adopted pursuant to subdivision 5 of General Municipal Law 3-C, which expressly authorizes a local government's governing body to override the property tax cap for the coming fiscal year by the adoption of a local law approved by a vote of 60% of said governing body. Section 3, tax levy limit override. The Board of Trustees of the Village of Champlain, County of Clinton, is hereby authorized to adopt a budget for the fiscal year commencing June 1st, 2025 that requires a real property tax levy in excess of the amount otherwise prescribed in General Municipal Law 3-C. Section 4, severability. If a court determines that any clause, sentence, paragraph, subdivision, or part of this local law, or the application thereof to any person, firm, or corporation or circumstance is invalid or unconstitutional, the court's order or judgment shall not affect, impair, or invalidate the remainder of this local law, but shall be confined in its operation to the clause, sentence, paragraph, subdivision, or part of this local law, or in its application to the person, individual, firm, or corporation or circumstance directly involved in the controversy in which such judgment or order shall be rendered. And section 5, effective date. This local law shall take effect immediately upon filing with the Secretary of State. May I have a motion from the board?
So moved.
Second.
And a second. Any discussion? All right, so we're going to have a roll call on this.
Trustee Malinsky,
Aye.
trustee Trombley,
Aye.
trustee Connor,
Aye.
Mayor McFetrich.
Aye. Thank you. Let's see, so we heard from Cody and Colleen. General code updates. So the general code updates are the local laws, if you look at the second page, the local laws that have been passed, well, over several years now. And just keep in mind when you look over this list that most of these were local laws that we were told we had to do. I mean, not to say they're not, they are valid and they're valued, but it's, so we had the local law regarding the sidewalks, the sign regulations, the chapters had to be renumbered. There's the New York State Uniform Code, the flood damage prevention, those were all requirements. And then, of course, we had our vacant building registry that we came up with, and we also had our dog control amendment, which we really hadn't looked at in years. So this is more than just printing, it's the proper placement in the code book, it's the numbering, it's making sure there aren't any conflicts or inconsistencies, it's cross-referencing, and you can see that the price is between $3,585 and $3,790, which includes shipping and handling.
Wow, that was generous.
But, you know, we wait, I mean, Mary and Juanita can add to this, but we would kind of wait for it to pile up before we send it in,
And
because
then they
otherwise.
they send me an email and said that your code book needs to be updated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know, I guess after a certain amount of time,
Right.
it should be.
yeah.
This is 5 years, this is
Yeah.
5 years in the making.
yeah, yeah, so even though it's pretty pricey, it is over several years, and we really do have to update the code book. So I guess I need a motion, do I need a motion to pay this?
Yeah.
Okay,
To
so I'll
approve
take a
the
motion to
cost.
pay this,
Or to approve the cost
approve the
of
cost
of updating our code.
So,
all right, and there's their second,
Second.
oh, thank you. Any questions or discussion?
Are we sneaking the tax cap for this time in there?
The tax cap doesn't have to go in our code book.
Oh, that does not have to go in, that's
We have to
one
send it to
thing,
the
'cause
state, but it doesn't
Oh,
have to go in our code.
yeah, because it's really only good for that certain period of time.
For a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, one little bright light. All right, roll call.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee Malinsky.
Aye.
Trustee Connor.
alright,
Mayor Petrich.
Aye. All right, and we have a wastewater credit request. I believe this fits our requirements. Mike, do you have
Yes.
anything to add about it?
Yeah, well, we did meter readings, and it was high, but it was a broken line under a place, under a trailer,
Okay,
it ran on the ground, didn't go into the wastewater.
okay. So may I have a motion to approve this credit?
So moved.
In a second?
second,
Any questions or discussion? That must be a no.
No?
Nope.
No.
All right, roll call.
We're not spending money.
We're not-
Oh, I'm sorry. We're approving money, credit on it, that is money.
Not collecting it either.
True. Yeah. Okay, old business, purchase of the fire station. Mike and I have met with Stan and talked with Stan, who provided some drawings to see how well our equipment would fit in the building. I'm gonna turn it over to Mike to talk about that a little bit.
So I did print out some packets, just so we can see, square footage and what would fit into the building. And right now, we basically, the building we have here, we've got 3 bays, we have 4 pieces of equipment inside of our building, everything else stays outside. Some of it we can't even fit in this building, for instance, our loader, it's too high, will not fit in the building even to work on it. Our plow trucks, every time we buy a plow truck, they have to cut the box down so it'll fit in our garage, and then it rots, in that area where it's been cut down just because of the salt and the harsh environment. The weather, the UV, the sunshine raises havoc for sure on the equipment. I mean, this is gonna be talked about, I don't know, there'll have to be in negotiations or talks to see what, I mean, I don't even know what the cost is gonna be, but I think this is the first steps to see if we'll fit our needs basically. The biggest thing is there you have a more of an open area to put equipment in. We're kind of restricted here. You know, you drive a piece of equipment in unless you can put, you know, one behind the other, we don't have the depth. So he did kind of lay it out, just to show, you know, what equipment, and basically everything would be inside, you know, what we have now. Everything could fit inside. The other thing with that is, the ceilings are higher there, so if you want to, say, lift the box on the plow truck and wash it out, you're able to do that. Here, we can't do that. The other thing is, if you have equipment in two places, God forbid, if we did have a fire, you're not losing everything. So Stan did go over, you know, he just tried to lay it out, you know, what would you wanna put in, so we just kinda laid it out how it would be. Square footage wise, the same thing, there's actually a little bit more square footage in garage space here than there is garage space there, but because of the shape of it, you can't put as much equipment inside. So I think it's something that we really need to consider, you know, get in talks with the fire district and see what they're thinking on cost, and, I mean, the size of the building, I wanna say, I don't remember what it was, 4,500 square feet maybe total. I don't know, depending on the cost, I don't know what, obviously, if we were to build even a cold storage building, you'd have to pay prevailing wage. I think even a basic cold storage building would probably cost us way more than what you potentially could purchase that place for. I know it's not a brand new building, but this is something that we need to look at.
It's newer than the current building we're residing in.
Yeah.
Well, it is, yeah. And definitely less expensive, I mean, we don't know the price, but less expensive than building a new one for absolutely sure. If there was even land to build a new one. What's the board think? What are your thoughts?
I think it's worth pursuing. Getting pricing and getting into the nitty-gritty of it.
Well, I think it's something we have to look at. Another thing we need to keep in mind is the added cost of upkeep and utilities and all that for another building.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just keep in the back of our mind. I mean, we're looking at high rates for electricity. I mean, you're gonna be adding on to that even. And we're looking at a year to 2 years, so. Then again, how are we gonna pay for it?
I don't have the answer to that question. I guess we can pursue what that cost might be and find out.
And there's not a possibility of getting all of our equipment into that building, so we wouldn't have to maintain this building?
You mean that everyone move out of this building?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we could do the office part over there.
No,
Okay.
I mean, down the road, maybe we could add on to that building for the office part.
'Cause I know they do have some office space in there now, I know it's.
not a lot.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but In my mind, the end goal would be to get everything consolidated into one building and shut this one down. If we're gonna go down that road of moving the equipment, and getting something that's bigger, it's newer. My thought would be that eventually we get everybody over it and everybody's in one spot. And then,
The long-range plan would be that.
Right.
Yeah, I agree, it'd be a better spot for us. So I'll reach out to the fire district people and we'll try to talk some prices. I also did send a message to the village lawyer because there might be some kind of, municipality to another kind of municipality, the fire department. There may be some kind of transfer sharing that we could do to make things less expensive. Haven't heard back yet from him on that. Okay,
Tom,
Tom. It's the same lawyer for both entities, so that makes it a little easier.
Yeah.
Is that good? The board's fine with that, if we just reach out for more information regarding the financial aspect?
I think so.
Okay, all right. Before we go on to the last thing, Mary, we didn't vote on that sewer credit, correct?
No.
Okay, so there's a motion and a second.
Yeah, we did.
No, I didn't, I said roll call and we stopped.
It's just a roll call and then,
We did not
Oh,
vote
we
on
just
it.
did
I just don't want that tomorrow to go, oh, we didn't vote. We have a motion, we have a second for that sewer credit, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, that motion carries,
Okay.
thanks. Okay, the water sewer, service fees, at the house down the road, I'd ask Chuck and Kim to look into how we might address that. Can you tell us anything?
Yes, so Chuck and I both reviewed it separately. And I had emailed Chuck and said, from what I can see in the code, he should not be getting charged fees. He has no line going to that property. When the new line went through, he didn't want it, so it's not going there. So it's not even, what do you call it, like a curb stop?
There's no lateral connection or from this place to the new main.
Thank you, I don't know all the terms, but, so therefore, since he has absolutely no means of getting water to that building, he should not be paying service fees for that property.
Okay,
And I emailed Chuck and he
Yeah, I
thought
agree.
the exact same thing.
So
And-
I
The one thing that's in our code that at some point we should look at, rewording is under meter regulations, part B, each dwelling or building shall have 1 meter. But if you don't have water, you don't have a meter.
correct.
And each part of that dwelling or building having unrelated occupancy or distinctive use shall be charged the water sewer service fee. But if you have no meter and you have no line, therefore you shouldn't be paying a fee, so. That's what Chuck and I both,
From reading our
from
own code.
gleaming from the
I
code.
think that was in there, and I may be wrong, but I think that was in there because some people have like a 4 or 5 apartment building,
right,
and there has to be at least 1 meter even though they get charged for however many units.
Right,
I think there has to be at least one, that we don't supply them 5.
Oh,
Right.
That's why I think that was in there. If they wanna divide it up and put multiple, they can, but I believe that's probably why that was written that way when it was
way back when.
written, yeah.
Yeah,
Cause we have
okay.
some places, like, we have a place that has about 6 places or whatever, on Elm Street, for instance.
Yeah,
There's 1 meter we read, if he has individuals,
Yeah,
they can do that. Or we could put readers on each one if somebody wants to purchase, but we supply 1, I think that's why that was written that way.
okay,
so maybe at some point, we need to put, another section in here stating that if no what did you call it, lateral,
Yeah, service lateral.
is going to a property that they should not be charged fees. I think at some point we should get that added to
Yeah.
it, because, I mean, it could happen down the road
Oh, sure.
if there's another piece of property that is going to be, demolished, or
Mhm.
God forbid a fire, and there's vacant property, and somebody just wants to put up a garage next to theirs, purchase the property and do the same thing that this gentleman is doing.
So typically, we're responsible to the curb stop,
Yeah,
and then from the curb stop, the lateral from there to the house is the homeowner's. But in this situation here, there's no lateral from the main to the curb stop. Cause you could have a property that burns down, whatever, and somebody puts a garage back on there, but there's still a service lateral there.
right,
You still
Then
have to charge them.
Then that's a different,
Yeah.
this one's a totally
this
different.
was so unique because the line was just being put in.
Right, right.
This situation that Mike's talking about, is about Spruce Street.
Oh, yes, right, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
True?
yeah. there's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's other,
I mean, the chances that this is gonna happen again in the village is probably slim to none,
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
as I don't think we're doing many more water projects anywhere.
Let's hope not.
Well, yeah, I know. Never say never, right?
at some
But-
point, we gotta take care of the old stuff. But
I know,
Yeah.
I
But
know.
this is,
It's just the way things fell.
it's a unique situation.
Okay, I agree. All right, so I thank
Chuck,
both
do
of
you
you
have
for
anything to
that.
add to that?
No, I just think that, like you said, I mean, he shouldn't be charged, I mean, he doesn't have the service available to him. So, I'm not the only question is, as of when? I mean, he's been charged since,
I have to see what
Summer.
he put it in, he probably had one quarter, at least one quarter
Yeah, I
of the fee.
He says in his, I think he said it in his letter.
Second one's probably coming or close to,
The connection was removed September
September, yeah.
18th, 2024.
so he's got September to December.
Two
Two
quarters,
quarters.
two
Two quarters.
charged, yeah.
2 quarters.
So approximately $75 a quarter.
60, was it 64,
$67.50.
67.50.
Yeah, well,
So,
So in that situation, when you do give him a credit off his,
so that
Well-
would be
well-
November, December, that's only one quarter,
uh,
December 1st.
yeah, cause the second one he hasn't got
That's
charged for
right,
yet.
just one quarter.
So do
Oh,
one
okay.
quarter.
okay.
Okay. So what's the easiest way to do this, Mary, in terms of
give him a credit.
Just credit.
It's
Yeah.
a
a
different,
credit,
it's a
credit on
different
his
account.
regular,
He
right,
paid his
on
on the
his,
first
Paid it.
one, and we can discredit that back.
We could,
Credit towards his other, towards
His
his
other
other
put a
property?
credit on his other property,
Yeah.
because you're
That
not
was
gonna
gonna be
have,
no longer.
you're not gonna have any bill to come out on this property.
right, that's why I'm
Right.
wondering.
So, we could apply the credit to his to his other
Yeah.
house,
To his
Yes.
house.
which
Okay,
is right next door.
okay, I just wasn't sure if that was mixing things or not, all right.
No, as long as the water credit goes to the water and the sewer credit goes to the sewer.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
All right. Okay. Would it make it clearer to have a motion on this?
Sure,
Okay, let's,
make a clear motion.
yeah.
I
Kim,
make-
do you wanna do that?
I would love to do that.
Thank you.
I make a motion that we credit the service fee to the property at 1138 Main Street who has no lateral connection to the new water line, and remove for the future, the service fees,
Water and sewer.
water and
Water
sewer.
and sewer. Okay, is there a
Second it.
okay, Chuck seconded,
Is
any,
that clear?
Yep. yeah.
Okay.
any other discussion? All right, so that's a credit. Can we just vote on this and not do roll call?
We don't need roll call. We're not
We
paying
do
it.
not. Huh?
We don't need a roll call.
I didn't think so.
We're not paying it.
All in favor?
Aye.
No one's opposed, motion carries, all right, we'll
They'll be
send a
happy.
letter, we'll send a letter to them.
Perfect.
And thank you both for that research,
No problem.
that's very helpful. All right, how is February 24th for a budget workshop?
No,
Do you have an alternate date that you would like to suggest? And of course, I don't have my calendar in front of me.
let's see,
later that week? I can't do the 25th.
No, that's not a good day.
Hmm.
That's not a good day.
26, that's fine with me.
Wednesday?
Wednesday, the 26th.
that should be good with me.
Can we do 5:30? Just to
Yeah.
have it be a little earlier,
Yeah,
is that okay?
I can do even earlier than that.
well, I can't do it because I, an appointment at 2:30, so,
So 5:30 is best for you, Chuck?
yeah.
All right, so the 26th at 5:30?
Mhm.
All right, let's do that. Okay. Any other business? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
We're all putting this on our calendars.
I know,
So we don't
I know.
forget.
Yes.
Yes, it's meeting is adjourned.
Meeting is adjourned, thank you.